Have you ever felt so tired that even your soul seems to ache? Not just the kind of tired that sleep can fix, but the kind that comes from carrying too much for too long. The kind where you wake up already exhausted, where even small tasks feel like mountains, where your heart beats, but your spirit feels numb. If you're feeling that right now, this message is for you. Stay with me until the end, because this might be the reminder your heart has been waiting for. You deserve to hear this today. Life has a way of wearing people down. Not all at once, but little by little. Responsibilities stack up. Expectations weigh heavy. People look at you like you've got it all together, but inside, you're holding on by a thread. You smile for them, but inside you feel like screaming. You keep going because quitting isn't an option. But deep down, you wonder how long you can keep pushing before something breaks. The truth is, most people never see your struggle. They don't see the silent nights where you question everything. They don't feel the pressure sitting on your chest every morning. They don't hear the voice in your head saying, "You're not doing enough." You live every day trying to be strong for others, your family, your friends, maybe even strangers. But when do you get to rest? When do you get to just breathe? And that's the part that hurts the most, doesn't it? The loneliness in the battle, the feeling that no one really understands what you're carrying. You scroll through your phone. You see people smiling, succeeding, celebrating. And you wonder, what's wrong with me? You ask yourself why it's so hard to get through the day. Why every step feels like you're dragging the weight of the world. But let me tell you something, and I want you to feel this deep in your heart. There is nothing wrong with you. You are human. You've been fighting battles in silence that would break most people. The fact that you're still standing, still breathing, is not weakness. It's strength. It's proof of the warrior inside you, even if the world doesn't see it. Even if no one claps for you. Even if no one says, "I'm proud of you." You see, exhaustion is not always about laziness or weakness. Weakness. Sometimes it's the aftershock of giving your all over and over again, without rest, without recognition, without relief. You were never meant to carry everything on your own. But somewhere along the way, life convinced you that you had to, that you couldn't ask for help, that you had to keep it all together, no matter how much you were falling apart. But that's not true. And if you're hearing this now, it's because something inside you is still fighting. Something inside you refuses to quit. You've made it through dark nights before. You've stood in storms that tried to destroy you. And yet, here you are, listening, hoping, reaching for something more. This moment, right now, is not an accident. You were meant to hear this, because sometimes what we need isn't another strategy or another motivational quote. Sometimes what we need is to be reminded that we are seen, that our pain is real, that our efforts matter, that even in our lowest moments, there is still something greater watching over us, guiding us, holding us up when we feel like falling. So if your body is tired, if your mind is racing, if your heart feels heavy, know this. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. Your struggle is not invisible. There is still a reason to keep going. There is still strength inside of you that hasn't run out. And there is someone greater than all of this who sees you exactly as you are, who knows your heart, who understands your pain, and who hasn't left your side, not even for a second. Keep listening, because what comes next might just be the hope you've been waiting for. You're not weak because you're tired. You're not broken because you feel drained. You're human. And you were never designed to go through life relying only on your own strength. That pressure you feel, the one that tells you to keep pushing no matter how empty you are, that's not coming from your soul. That's coming from a world that celebrates hustle but forgets to honor healing. A world that tells you to keep producing, keep achieving, keep pretending everything is okay. But you know the truth. You know what it feels like to collapse behind closed doors after wearing a mask all day. You know how it feels to pour from a cup that's been empty for far too long. But there is something powerful about reaching the end of your strength. It's in that moment, the moment when everything inside you says, "I can't do this anymore," that something sacred happens. Because when you have nothing left to give, that's when grace begins. That's when you open up to a strength that doesn't come from trying harder, but from letting go. Letting go of control, letting go of the pressure to be perfect, letting go of the belief that you're supposed to do this alone. There's a peace that comes when you stop fighting the storm and start trusting the one who can calm it. You may not understand why the weight feels so heavy. You may not see the purpose in your pain right now, but that doesn't mean there isn't one. Just because you can't see the finish line doesn't mean you're not getting closer. Every tear, every step, every deep breath you take, it all matters. Nothing is wasted. You're growing in places you can't even see yet, so pause for a moment. Breathe. Feel your feet on the ground. You are still here. You are still standing, and that is enough. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to feel strong every second. You just have to keep showing up, even if all you can do is whisper, "I won't give up." That whisper is louder than you think, and it is heard. You may feel like no one notices the weight you're carrying, but God does. He sees what others don't. He sees the battles you're fighting in silence, the effort you give when no one's clapping, and the nights when tears soak your pillow, but you still get up the next day and try again. When you think no one understands, He does. When you think no one sees, He's already there. And when you whisper, "I can't do this anymore," He leans in closer, not to push you, but to hold you. You don't have to have it all figured out to be loved. You don't need to be strong to be supported. Your value has never depended on how productive you are or how perfect you appear. How perfect you appear. God doesn't love a polished version of you. He loves the real, raw, tired, and honest version. The one who's struggling but still standing. The one who feels broken but is still trying. He's not waiting for you to get it all together. He's already here, offering strength when you feel weak, peace when your mind is racing, and comfort when your heart aches. There's a reason you're still breathing. There's a purpose buried under the pain. And even if you can't see it yet, that doesn't mean it's not real. Faith isn't about knowing all the answers. It's about trusting that even in your lowest moments, you're not abandoned. That even in the silence, He's working. That even in the pain, something beautiful is being built within you. Let go of the idea that you have to keep holding everything together. You were never meant to carry it all alone. It's okay to fall apart. It's okay to rest. You are not falling behind. You're being refined. There is a deeper strength rising in you, one that doesn't depend on how hard you push, but how deeply you trust. This tired season won't last forever. But what God is shaping in you through it will. Keep breathing. Keep trusting. He's not finished with you yet. You've been trying to stay strong for so long that you forgot it's okay to lean on something greater than yourself. The world teaches us to do it all alone, to keep grinding, to keep going, to never stop. But real strength is not found in pretending you're okay. Real strength is found in surrender. Not the kind of surrender that means giving up, but the kind that means placing your trust in hands bigger than yours. The kind that whispers, "I don't have to control everything to be okay." When life becomes too heavy, when your heart can't carry one more burden, that's the moment you let God in. Not as a last resort, but as your anchor. You don't need to perform for Him. You don't need to prove your worth. He already knows your heart. He already knows your heart. He already sees how hard you've been trying. And He wants to carry what's been crushing you. Let Him. Let Him into your pain. Let Him into your worry. Let Him into the parts of you that you hide from the world. There's nothing weak about needing help. There's nothing wrong with needing rest. You were never designed to be your own savior. You were made to walk with faith, to lean on something unshakable when your world starts falling apart. And the truth is, when you're out of strength, that's when His strength shows up the most. Not in the loud moments, but in the quiet ones. In the stillness. In the deep breath that says, "I'm not alone." Your tiredness doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're human. And humans need grace. They need hope. They need the reminder that even in the mess, they are loved. Drop the weight. Let yourself feel. And trust that you don't have to carry this all on your own. God is not distant. He's right here in the middle of it all, ready to walk with you. Not just to the end of the storm, but through it, step by step, breath by breath. There's a quiet kind of power that comes when you realize you're not walking alone. That even when you feel empty, something holy is still holding you together. God doesn't always show up in lightning or loud voices. Sometimes He shows up in the breath you didn't think you'd have the strength to take. In the moment you wanted to quit but didn't. In the peace that comes out of nowhere when your world feels like it's falling apart. That's not a coincidence. That's presence. You might be asking why life feels so heavy, why you're going through this, why the breakthrough hasn't come yet. The truth is, we don't always get the answers we want, but we do get the presence we need. And sometimes the greatest gift isn't in the fixing, but in the knowing. Knowing that someone sees you. Knowing that someone cares. Knowing that you don't have to keep pretending to be okay. What if this tired season isn't the end, but a turning point? What if this moment of weakness is where new strength begins? You've tried to do everything in your own power, and now it's time to let divine strength carry you. Not because you're not enough, but because you were never meant to do it all alone. God doesn't love you because you're strong. He loves you even when you're weak, especially when you're weak, especially when you're... That's where real love lives. In the mess, in the struggle, in the places where you thought no one could reach you. Let this be your reminder. You don't have to rise by your own power. There's a strength greater than fear, a hope deeper than exhaustion, a love wider than anything you've ever known. And it's available to you right now. So don't give up. Don't let the heaviness convince you that this is how your story ends. There's more ahead, not because you'll make it on your own, but because you're not meant to.
And back up.
Not with pressure, but with peace. Not with stress, but with faith. Faith. Trust. You are being carried. You are being guided. And you are never, ever alone.